What is going on, guys? We're back with another video, and we are in our Desperados franchise. It is the playoffs. We're in the divisional because, of course, we had a bye week going against the Chargers. I don't know their roster. Let's take a look at who they had to beat. So, they beat the Patriots by 6. I know this is a fantasy, of course, but the Patriots, being the Patriots' name, usually do get quite a bit of luck. And look at who they beat. I mean, Josh Clapp was killing it. The Chargers... Look at these numbers, a little worrisome. There's some talent on this team, it may appear. Let's take a look at their roster a little bit more in depth. First, we'll take a look at ours. Of course, if you've been living under a rock. Christian McCaffrey is injured. Only game he can return for is the Super Bowl, so let's see if we can do it. If you've been watching the Bears franchise, I'm going to give a spoiler in case you haven't watched it. You know, if you haven't and you want to, back out or pause, I don't know. I'm going to say it. We lost in the divisional round, barely. It was an amazing game, so you just never know. This team is a bit better because they're just insane. There's nothing around getting around that. Let's take a look at this Chargers team. So the Chargers: Von Miller, Zach Martin, a couple of high 90s. Anthony Barr, Brian Lopez. He's 5'9", superstar dev, super freaking fast. The 98 speed, 98 excel. He's a really good player. Oh my God, he's so good. Dak is a little underperforming. Same with Byron Jones. They've got a good roster, though. It's better than most of the rosters we see. Usually they're just really old, no potential, just terrible. But this team, you know, they got a little bit of potential. Let's see what can happen. I mean, I don't know. I mean, should be a win, right? Damn, Christian McCaffrey had such a good season. He didn't even get to play. What week was it that he got hurt? Was it week 16? It's funny, is I don't know who it was. You know who you are. But somebody commented in, was it week 15? Saying you should probably look to bench some of the starters. Like bench, he even specifically said McCaffrey just to avoid injuries. And ironically, the very next episode was the McCaffrey injury, which is ridiculous. I actually, because of how crazy it was, he's a long time viewer too. At least a very avid viewer, I suppose. I don't want to hear my own voice. Oh, Jesus. I almost heard it. God damn. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. Max Levy. Yeah, he's been watching the channel for a while, actually. I would look to start benches of players like McCaffrey who've already hit goals. You wouldn't want any bad injuries before the playoffs. Okay. I'll be sure to do that. Like, how does he know? Like, what the hell? Like, he must live near me. So, I think if we win this game, we'll be playing the Steelers, which is very, very interesting because the Steelers have had one hell of a turnaround on the season. So, it'd be pretty impressive if they end up taking it all the way. I mean, they were really, what were they, 2-4 to start the season? And they completely turned around, I believe, to a 12-4. If not 12-4, 11-5. Very good season, though, considering the start. And, of course, we know of another man who had a really good season, Josh Allen. Our MVP. All right, so starting off, not really a whole lot of hype in the stadium today. That's a late read by me, but we do get it with Cooks. Don't fumble, and he does! And that's how the game starts. So we get a Brandon Cooks fumble. That animation literally fumbles the ball every single time. I don't know how it does. Doesn't matter what mode you're playing. Doesn't matter what difficulty you're playing on. You're going to fumble with that animation. I don't understand how. It just always happens. Who was the guy that got it? Anthony Barr. Always making plays. So, yeah, not quite the ideal start, but it happened, and we must overcome this. So, Jared Cook is their tight end at this point. Probably not a super great overall. And where are you going? Terrell Edmonds is all over. Devontae Freeman had a decent season. Obviously doesn't compare to McCaffrey. Many don't. Giants on the other side killed the Rams. Holy crap, 5 touchdowns. All right, here we go. Little man coverage. Uh-oh, please close that gap. And look at Malik. Can he? Yes, he can round the corner. Malik cannot outrun, I would assume, Brian Lopez. I would assume it was. Look at the play by Malik to close down that ball. But I'm not gonna give anyone any special treatment. And there is some pressure today. Sicky tried to truck him, couldn't do it. There's some pressure, though. I'm not liking it. Evan Ingram on the slant, and what a damn play. I should have waited a little bit longer, but that was still a really good play. We already seen their roster, but let's just see how, who everyone exactly is and where they play. So Jordan Willis on that end. They got Akeem Hicks playing on the outside, or is this a 3-4? I can't actually tell. I think this is supposed to be a 4-3 here. This is interesting. They got a good defensive backfield, though. Quick throw inside to Cooks. No fumble this time. That's that's an improvement. I mean, John Ross isn't quite McCaffrey, but he is pretty damn fast, and that usually leads to success. Von Miller is not going to get beat, and he gets popped by the cornerback, Darby. I thought we had the lane as we did the first time, and we didn't, so here we go. Gonna have to convert here. Underneath the Chark, and it's actually intercepted. Demarius Randall was not in position for that, but somehow he makes the pick. What in the world is happening in this game? How is that picked off? What the hell is Chark doing? What the... What? Oh, okay. I don't even know. Played great football all season long, and we are just absolutely blundering this thing here in the big stage. It's a pitch. I got tricked, but the defensive line did not. They held that containment nicely. Look at this. I mean, look at Davenport. Of course, Obi Melifonwu holding his guy. But Davenport, getting off of his guy instantly. Able to just provide support there. You can see him. He's coming in from the backside. He's actually the one that contact from the 9. All right. Let's go back to the ground. Come on, John. Just bust one for me. And John Ross fumbles. And that's another turnover. Anthony Barr has been the MVP so far, no doubt. And losing McCaffrey has been huge for us. Probably shouldn't be locking in a man coverage without the blitz there. Inside, and it was a good little stunt, but we do hold them. So down to the 2. To the outside, almost pick. What are you doing, Amos? Amos is just the worst hands in the league, I swear he does. Bo Scarborough, big man. He's been really failing me lately. This is a perfect time for him to show up. And there he goes. He gets a huge lane, runs through a guy, about 20-yard gain. That's what I like to see. Let's get pumped. Evan Ingram underneath. Anthony Barr, a big fella, but he's going to almost give him the first down. I'll appreciate it. Ooh, the slant. Cooks gets it. Cooks has got a little bit of room. Cooks spins into the end zone and scores. What a spin move. So far with Cooks, really haven't been the most elusive player for us, but there he definitely was. That was an amazing play. Turning the tide a little bit here. I mean, they weren't great on offense. We made a couple of mistakes we couldn't really avoid. Fumbles, if you get hit hard enough, it's going to happen. If someone gets their hand on the ball, good enough, it's going to happen. Some of them just unavoidable things, and we've got to avoid doing that twice now. Dak Prescott is handing us a classic Dak Prescott type game, and we're just not receiving it. We should get a couple of yards here. Get out of the way. John Ross is stripping hard, man. I think that's why we're getting a couple of break tackles. I got to take what I got. Good play. Cooks, one-hander. I had a lot of guys open there. No pressure at all. Offensive line holding up nicely on that right side, that play. Overall, really not super great, though. We had a couple of plays where we got rushed early, but luckily I had a short underneath route open. Oh, what are they doing? Cooks is gone for the touchdown. So the guy that has been burning him the last couple of drives, I know he fumbled, but the last couple of drives and scored a touchdown, they leave wide open. Okay. I mean, I wanted to say that was Byron Jones' fault, but it might have been Demarius. I mean, I think it was a cover 3, though, so I can't tell. Oh, I got burned. So did the rest of the team. That might be short. Dak is really underperforming. Offense is starting to step up a little bit, though, so can't get through. Oh, look at the play by Shazier. Can't get it done, though. So we haven't really had a whole lot of pass rush success standing up, and there is the proof. They're trying to run the ball, and we could knock it off the line to save our lives. All right, Christopher, get this thing done. Inside, Jared Cook just beats Obi Melifonwu. I don't know what the hell he was doing on that play. Oh, good play, and he gets free rush off the edge. Harold Landry. That's a bad sign if you're on the other team giving sacks to Harold Landry. He has really struggled. Lopez is right there on a pretty prime-looking route. I'm going to try to press him if I can with Amos. I missed the press inside. He doesn't really have a whole lot to go with, and Dak's going to run smartly because with wind, they might have a chance to get a field goal here. I think this is the right move if you have trust in your kicker. They do, and it's atrocious. I know with long field goals, kind of, with wind issues, kicks like that do happen quite a bit, but, oh, man, I want to see it a little closer than that. Give me some competition, a little late of a throw, and boy, does Chark really want to kill us because he almost died because of me. I think we did have Burgess, but I'm going to take the safe look. And with Evan Ingram, it's not much of a difference as he gains about 20. I have X. What am I waiting for? And coming out of nowhere is Darby. That is my fault, and Darby's got a chance. There's no way. Oh, look at Forrest Lamp giving it his all, and he misses. Ronald Darby has changed the game. I don't know why I threw that so late. After I saw the play was gone, I should have just ran, and that's just a terrible decision. I'm not liking where we're at. I'm going to take the shot inside, and Burgess cannot hold on at all. That sucks, because he had him beat, and he was open. The catch animations this year take so damn long, it's just not going to happen. Quick throw inside, and Burgess drops it again. 2 catchable balls, both dropped. All right, Evan, you've been my safety blanket today. I'm going to need you to make a play for me. I actually have a feeling Anthony Barr is going to let this one go. He does, but it's not the look. Inside, it did leave Anthony Barr deep, giving Cook the, uh-oh. Josh Allen is hurt, and it was a big hit. Uh-oh. We've got a knee injury, and it looks bad. Yikes, that is not good. Oh, man, he's hobbling, but he's hobbling, so... You didn't even get hurt, so why you... He was like, damn, that really does hurt. Jesus. He was acting like he just got hurt. So here comes Kaiser now. Team getting banged up at the worst time right here at the playoffs. Nice quick short throw for Kaiser. Nothing really to worry about on that one. Ankle sprain. He will be back soon, so let's just try to limit the mistakes. Try to keep the game similar to the score it is right now. Kaiser hit the throw if he's open, though. Had him. Kaiser, kind of fast himself, gets a decent bit of yardage there, 5-yard gain. He could if he had a look, and Evan Ingram cannot get the ball there. That is great coverage. I really just don't want to give up on this drive. Can I get Burgess over the middle? Inside, quick throw. Kaiser doesn't miss. Burgess finally holds on to one. It was risky, but it was only 3 yards. I believe in the line, and they gave me enough time easily. No Chark on the play, so okay as well. And that is my fault. I ran right into it. Great blocks. It's like when I play as Kaiser, I become him. Slant over the middle. Cooks drops it. It was a big hit by Quan Alexander, I believe. You know, no Josh Allen. You think I should have probably ran it a few times, and I just didn't. Might be able to get in the field goal range, though, if we get a little bit here, which we get a tiny bit. Bo Scarborough is hurt now. Jesus. Keep falling for the play fake. Oh, but Obi Melifonwu on the blitz gets a free rush at Dak. Broken collarbone for Bo Scarborough. Our options at running back are very small. I don't even know if did we sign a running back, actually? I thought we did. Bo Scarborough's done. Yeah, we did. We signed Pumphrey, so we're down to 2 undersized backs that are probably injury prone. Are they actually going to just run the ball out here? They do know we have timeouts, right? I think maybe they'd pass it, get themselves out of the hole a little bit. I missed, but that's all right. 2 timeouts, about 1:48. Looks good to me. Who's the return man again? Is it Ross? No, it's Burgess. I forgot. That's a really damn good kick, though. To the 16. John Ross wide open. Gets a block. John with the spin. John is not gone. Tried to thread the needle there on the sideline, and we ran out of room. It looked like we had it, but just something pulled me in. It was a great play, though. Kaiser's going to take off. Kaiser gets a block. Oh, my Lord. Anthony Barr is a monster. We might have had a lot of room there if Anthony Barr isn't a freak. Oh, what a play. On the run, Chark gets eliminated. It was a late throw, but I had to get out of there. I had to make sure I had enough room to actually make the throw. Can Kaiser get that throw in if it's there, which it's definitely not, and they force a fumble. Great recovery. Are they calling the timeout? They are. Smart call. So start of the second half, 17-10. Their ball. I mean, it's anyone's game, especially if, you know, Josh Allen's injury is a little bit worse than we thought, because for what seemed to be just a little ankle sprain, he is still out. I figured he would have been in by now. Thought maybe, hey, they'll leave Kaiser in for a drive, but he had a couple of drives there. All right, here we go. Most likely a pass, running a blitz. See if we can stall them just long enough in coverage. We cannot. Over the middle. Crabtree. That's kind of my fault, but at the same time, I had to cover the underneath. Take what you can get, I suppose. It took that progression a little longer than the one that he would have had. So what I just need to see is the pass rush get there. We gave the pass rush about 3 seconds to develop, and I think that's easily enough. Maybe even more than 3 seconds. And here it is. McIntosh, the rookie. Didn't really have the greatest season for us, you know, this year, but that's a big-time play. Give him a rest for his efforts. Underneath, I saw that. Great play by Amos, but they do gain up quite a bit there. Kind of where the Chargers have been stuck for several drives now, right in this 45 to 35-yard range where they just miss out on points barely when they can't get through. Here is a screen, and they knew it was about to be picked by Edmonds, so he basically just tossed that one away. And this will be a punt. The man is not out there. Kaiser is still in. Saw this play earlier. Let's see what we can do. Kaiser in the play action. Fullback's open. So is the running back. John Ross almost gets stripped attempt, but a good 6-yard gain, which is pretty impressive considering I want to cut this left. So I'm going to just run this left with Ross. Ross finds a crease, but he gets popped, and that's the second fumble of the game. And honestly, who goes in? I mean, if John Ross is getting benched, who takes his spot? Pumphrey is just as fumble prone, I would assume. I mean, you just can't fumble the ball like this. With Bo Scarborough's injury, we're going to be turning to Pumphrey, the newly acquired free agent, to take some carries here in this game, because John Ross, he's just not on it. I don't know what's going on with John, but he's just ruining the game here. 2 fumbles for John Ross. This game's, it's close. The scoreboard doesn't really look it, but the game style, the way it's happening, I know we have all the yards, but with their positioning on the field and how many drives they've had, possessions they've had, they should be smoking us. Inside, huge hit, but Crabtree holds on to the 7-yard line. They might equalize here. Your time to shine, big boys, and we need you in here. We need you to make a play quickly off the line. Doesn't happen. Devontae makes some plays, but Harold Landry is there, runs into a wall, and he loses a yard. You can come with a cornerback blitz. Oh, it's a pitch. They worked. It worked. Devontae fighting, gets to the 4, cuts that yardage in half. It is. And he gets sacked by a big fella. Like I was saying, we need the big fellas to show up, and they do. Jonathan Hankins with a sack. Kaiser is still in the game. Josh Allen with that ankle injury. I wonder if he was degraded to worse than that. Perfect throw. Well, maybe a little behind him, but Burgess gets the first down. I'm all right with it. I don't like the routes. That was a close one. To be honest, the way Chark didn't come back for it, I'm glad he threw it to the dirt. I think we can get a little gainer here. Pumphrey takes a bit of a pop, gets about 5. Manageable 3rd down here now. I'm going to go a little gutsy here, and I'm going to... Ooh, maybe not. I'm going to go with the screen, I think. Good screen. Chark gets away, and who else but Anthony Barr. Can't make the tackle, but he forces out of bounds, which is the most important part for them. What do we have here? And off the edge. Is that Akeem Hicks? Who is that? Willis. All right, here we go. Offensive line. You gotta step it up a little bit. Give us a little bit more time. I mean, look at this. There goes Burgess. Perfect throw, and Burgess gets the first down to the 20. It is now the 4th quarter. Kaiser remains as the starter. Pumphrey going to get another look on the ground. Pumphrey breaks some ankles. Pumphrey slips up. Pumphrey to the end zone for the touchdown. Pumphrey with a huge, explosive 20-yarder there. One of the best runs of the season. slipping off of everybody, breaking ankles, getting to the end zone, and John Ross having such a good season, make the comeback on his career. Might be getting showed up by a rookie, well, not a rookie free agent, just a free agent. That was a great play by Pumphrey, slipping off of players and just getting into the end zone. And there goes the pick with Edmonds. We thought there would be a little bit of a turnaround in this game some point, and here it is. Up 11 with ball at the 42. We could put this game away. I'm going to rely on the ground again. Kaiser might be the quarterback for the rest of this game, especially if we don't need Josh Allen to return anyways. There goes Pumphrey getting some room. Can't break the tackle this time, but he gets the first down. Pumphrey is a very smooth runner, hitting the holes nicely. I like him as a back. Under center again, my primary look is Burgess. Also Chark, though. Speaking of Chark, and he misses the throw. I'm going to say that was quite the miss. That was easily a first down there. And more importantly, it was, it leads to a 3rd and 12. Pumphrey might have a chance. Again, a little bit behind him, so the Chargers do a good enough job to keep us out of the end zone. 1st and 10, he finds a receiver. Amos drops the ball off the tip. He had another opportunity, and he just doesn't come up with it. Rolls all the way out, and you knew one of these times Davenport was going to get involved, and holy crap. He hammered Dak on the play. But a third down sack, but it leads to a really good play. Inside, smart little throw to maybe making it manageable. Do you go for it here? I don't know. I think you probably do. They will go for it, and if they don't get it, you pretty much assume, unless another fumble happens, they're just not going to have enough time to make the comeback. To the outside, picked off by Lattimore, and that will seal the game. Lattimore in the end zone. Down to the 1, actually, because I'm an idiot. John Ross finds his way back in the game. What a joke. And John easily scores. That was the goal, to get John some motivation. Lattimore knew what he was doing. Uh-oh, I accidentally stepped out. Actually, it was to get John Ross back in the mindset, because we need him next week. He's going to be the starter again. You just got to hold on to the ball a little bit better. So that pretty much did end the game. No score difference. We ran the ball a little bit more. Honestly, the way Pumphrey runs, I'm debating actually starting him over John Ross. I don't know. John Ross is faster, but that's really all he is. He seems like a sloppy runner, fumbles the ball a lot, because obviously his carrying's a little bit lower than most running backs. He's better in receiving game, and he is obviously faster, but Pumphrey he's smaller. He's able to get through the holes a little bit better. He just seems like the better running back. So honestly, I don't know. I think we're going to see a little bit more of Pumphrey than we did today in the next game for sure. Might even start next game, to be honest. So Kaiser replacing Josh Allen, did pretty much just as well. If just didn't have any touchdowns, but that's all right. 4 picks for Dak Prescott. Josh Allen didn't really do too well before he got hurt, but obviously he probably would have turned those numbers around a little bit. Maybe put 3+ yards. That's the important part, really. Rushing, we did have 2 rushing touchdowns, so there's that. 2 fumbles for John Ross, which is unacceptable. Pumphrey did really well. I think he will start. Brandon Cooks, 2 receiving touchdowns. Obviously had a great game. Defensively, how many sacks did we have? I don't even remember. So Obi, Landry, McIntosh, Davenport, they had 2, so we actually beat them for once. Tremaine Edmonds with 2 picks. Lattimore with 1. Hooker with 1. Kicking, Mason Crosby missed 1 for them. But we still, of course, won the game quite easily, at least in the second half. I didn't even notice, but Jake Elliott, I think he was best kicker. I don't even remember if I showed you guys the stats and awards or not, but we won like 7 awards. I think I did. Even if I didn't, whatever. I'll quickly show them right now, and obviously if I did, I'll just cut it out of the video. But Jake Elliott had some upgrades, and I didn't even notice. What's his awareness, actually? So 98 kick power. His awareness is going to cost... He's going to keep giving awareness, which sucks. Oh, here we go. Accuracy. 1 accuracy. Yeah, I'm not going to be wasting that anymore. I'm just going to hope for the best on kick power one of these days, You got a couple upgrades. Brandon Cooks played well. Kaiser, he filled in pretty well. 1 new injury, obviously, being Bo Scarborough. We'll deal with that right now, actually. So 2 running backs injured. which really sucks. Place on IR. Yes, please. Do we not get the option to put McCaffrey in early? Like, he's got one more week, doesn't he? Shoulder tear out 1 week. I mean, I guess we do have to get one free agent running back. Phil Dorsett transferred. See, I don't know. I really don't like these smaller guys. I do want one trucking style guy just in case we're just constantly getting rid of the ball. Chris Ivory, he's still decently usable. I think I might go Chris Ivory. I think Chris Ivory, he's a workhorse. He knows what it's like to just carry a team out. Although he only has 75 carrying. God damn it. Do I have to find a proper, good Brian Hill, I suppose? Is Brian Hill the move? I guess Brian Hill's the move. Brian Hill is going to be our new number 3. We're running out of running backs here. McCaffrey needs to come back ASAP. Pumphrey will get the starting nod, I think. How fast is he anyways? Just for the hell of it. 91 speed, so not nearly as fast as Ross, but he gets the job done. Player of the week. Honestly, I don't even think, I guess Tremaine would have one for us maybe. Anthony Barr, to be fair, Anthony Barr was sick. But yeah, there's that. Of course, we go against the Steelers. We know them all too well. AFC North representing the Super Bowl team, which is pretty impressive, I suppose. It's pretty cool. I mean, hey, we won the game. Next video will be the championship game. This would be a very, very legendary matchup, so I can't wait. Of course, we also need to bump up the gameplay sliders a little bit more. Is there anything we can do? So pass block, we'll bump that. Receiver will bump that. Run blocking, that. I think we need to drop our run blocking quite a bit. That should be good. Interceptions, make it where they almost catch everything. 100 catch, or 100 pass coverage. 90 reaction. Field goal accuracy. We don't really need accuracy, so I'm going to bump this up just so the AI doesn't suck anymore. Let's get the field goal power up a little bit. I mean, those look good to me, so hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys come back for next video. You know, maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. But until next video, see